Hey everybody, welcome back. Northernlion, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Is there a better match made in heaven? Well, according to Josh, peanut butter and pepperoni sandwiches, but let's not get into that. Eden runs are going okay so far. Clicker, what is that haircut? FCR2 7P6Q. Terrible rate of fire, good damage. Luck's okay. Speed is average, I would say. The rate of fire is terrible. We do have Scorpio, though. Help. Spirit Arts? Let's go. Alright, well, we have the clicker. I don't know how the clicker works as Eden. And if you're wondering where we're going over the course of this episode, remember, still trying to make that Lost happen in the Afterbirth Plus way. We've already unlocked it once, the roundabout way. I'd like to make it happen. I'm not just being stubborn. I know people are going to be like, well, you can just unlock it in like 20 minutes if you do it the other way. I know, but like, I want to also have fun playing as Eden in the process. I don't want to just... It's not like it would be a resignation or anything like that. It's just I think we can get two birds stoned at once. I'll click once. We are Samson now, and we have lost all of our other items. Alright. You might think that I'd be mad here, and, what a strange room. Followed by... But we don't have Bloody Lust? What is the point of being Samson? Okay, now I am mad. You're right. You might have thought earlier I was mad, and you are indeed correct now. It's not necessarily, like, terrible. It's just... First off, this invisible enemy is mind-flooding me, but... It's not necessarily terrible, it's just like... How does the clicker work if it re-rolls you into another character, but you don't get the unique traits of being that character? Seems like a little backwards. So we have base damage and no real means to really pop off as Samson. So I guess you're really... This is why I think the clicker is a stupid item. And, you know, I know that this is... There's a very kind of... inside of my Isaac DNA... There's a fatal flaw, and that fatal flaw is I use one thing once, and it sucks, and I go, oh, that's why this is trash. What are they even thinking when they design this? It's not fair. Should treat the item with a little bit more decorum and respect, I think, until we understand it fully. But it'd be a lot cooler if you re-rolled into Samson, you got Bloody Lust. Especially when you re-roll away from Eden, you lose the two items you started with. I didn't realize that those still belonged to the game. I thought that we paid a rental agreement to the game when we chose to become Eden, and then those items belong to us for the, you know, perpetuity of the run, if not forever. I didn't realize they were reclaimed by the loam from whence they came. Unfortunate for me. Okay, and unfortunate for the frame rate, for whatever's happening there, but either way, thank you. We can still make a good run happen. I'm also, like, out of habit not spending the money. I could have gone to the shop, bought a bomb, blown up a tinted rock, but I instead thought, you know, it might be nice to get an arcade, and then immediately after thinking that, I was like, who cares? I mean, we could still get money. We could still get Blood Bag, but, like, who gives a crap about Bloody Lust? Also, who gives a crap about an Oxford comma? I've read those English dramas too. They do. Look, I will never apologize for anything. Obviously, that's false because I am Canadian. But least of which, I'm not going to apologize for our love of Vampire Weekend. Not going to be a secret room. I do want to go to the curse room. We kind of got to... We're starting a little bit back of an average run. Would be the way that I would describe it. Samson probably starts in like an above average situation. Now he's in a worse situation, but that's okay. Oh, just please do not shoot the TNT. The lack of the ability to have Bloody Lust to propel us forwards is definitely the worst part. Teleport me, please? No, that's alright as well. It was kind of a major ask. Unlike this guy who's a major... You know, rhymes with ask, sort of. Please attack me right here. Ah, we got one. Balls of Steel. And Power Pill. great combination. Just trying to think about how we're gonna get ahead. The honest answer, and it's not really very clever, which is why I've been hesitating to say it, even though, you know, the truth is staring us in the face. The way that this run gets better is the way that every run gets better in Isaac. You get a good deal with the devil. You get good boss items. Oh my god, okay, you know what? Just explode. Just get blown up. Otherwise, I'm gonna walk into you at some point and it's gonna mess things up drastically. With 4 bombs, I kinda, and I would almost never do this, but kinda wanna blow up multiple of those pots to maybe get enough money to get something from the shop. I'm just avoiding red hearts for the time being. For no good reason, I suppose, except that I guess I'm hoping maybe there's a second boss trap room. Look, my Isaac Foo's been a little off lately. I'll be the first to tell you. Too many battle royales. Too much fiddling with the node package manager. Not enough Isaac play. We're coming back around to it, though. I don't think I've seen this room before. Like, I want the key. Do I want the key bad enough to walk diagonally over spikes? Honestly, probably. I know myself. That's what we needed. Something like a Tears upgrade here. Rotten Baby. Goat Head. Acceptable. I think we should go look in our shop. He's a genius. And the reason I'm going to go look in the shop... Well, you know what? I never walk diagonally to get these. Puberty. You probably shouldn't, because pills aren't that good, but I think subconsciously my brain has always been like, these are ungettable. That's not true. They're not even tough to get, really. You know, there's just a pattern you follow. I want to see if we can maybe get to our shop. Well, we can obviously get to it, but I want to see if we can get enough money to make it happen. But I'm looking at the rooms, and I'm like, where the heck is the secret room? Here? No, there were rocks there. Here? Wow. Kind of a strange location, but well worth it. That required more critical thinking than your average secret room. Looks like my head's screwed on straight today. Had a good night's sleep. Potent coffee. It's the breakfast of champions. And a granola bar. You can't forget the Nature Valley, powering like 80% of these videos since the year 2011. 2 luck upgrades. Exquisite. Throw a bomb down here. Try to get 2 birds stoned at once. We're looking... Okay, restock is probably good enough. But we are really looking for Mom's box of trinkets. Car battery. It is tempting. We're gonna hope for like a 2 of diamonds. Credit card. Save credit card. Probably use it for a deal with the devil. I think I'm better off. Yeah. That was a good shop. Don't get me wrong. Restock is amazing. In theory, restock plus 2 Steam sales, with chaos or without chaos, allows us to get Mom's box of trinkets. Or we could just get the missing poster at some point. But that's none of my business, is it? Probably a library this close to the spawn. Book of Revelations is beautiful. Makes me wish that I had taken car battery, perhaps. And you know what? We'll probably roll Book of Revelations. Because Lemon Mishap is good, but it's not that good. What are you doing, dude? This room is very strange. Do those enemies ever... I guess if you step on the button, the enemies would leave. But why would you ever step on the button before you... You know what? Maybe just be proud of the fact that you actually solved an Isaac puzzle. Wasn't much of a puzzle, but it's the only one I got. Edmund... Edmund, do. Well, I mean, if we're taking stock of this run, a little slow, but that's because we went to our shop and did some kind of sneaky reroll plays. DPS is getting a little bit better, like mostly because of our rate of fire. Our damage has not been improved at all. Goathead and Rotten Baby are both like A tier deal with the devil items, and I'll stand by that. I do believe that there are S tier items. I'm the kind of guy who definitely gives 10 out of 10s. By the way, I got, it was probably like a month ago. I released an Isaac episode, and I was like, you know, some people believe that games websites or movie reviewers, what have you, shouldn't give out 10 out of 10s because nothing's perfect. And I said, I think, you know, I'm paraphrasing myself here, which is the easiest way to make yourself look like a moron. But I said, like, that's stupid, and what you've done is just make 9 the new 10 because of a weird principled stance that makes no sense. Also, you're reviewing consumer products that are also art. But anyway, I had at least one person tweet me. You know who you are, I hope, because I've since forgotten the pseudonym. But they said, in high school, my English teacher didn't give out 10s because it sent the message that there was no room for improvement. That person is a bad teacher. I mean that sincerely. It's, you know, if you're like, my teacher's a jerk, I'd be like, oh, you know, cut him some slack. They're probably just trying to motivate you. If you're like, my teacher doesn't give out perfect grades because there's always room for improvement. Ooh, you think you're at the freaking MoMA or something like that? We got to think about it. This is the perfect opportunity. It really is. Because this is Bookworm, which we definitely wanted. And then this is a speed upgrade, which we could use. And then, of course, you know, Spirit of the Night for Spectral Tears. It's not like we got the most amazing items in the game, but we got them all for free, and they all provided at least some benefits. So that's a great use of credit card. I understand the teacher's point, but you're torpedoing some of these kids' chances just because of like a weird personal stance that makes me angry. Like, maybe it's different, but like if you want to go to Harvard or Yale, first off, congratulations on, you know, being a trillionaire or so smart that you got a full ride. Thank you, Death Touch. And I don't even mean that as an insult. Don't hate me, but I don't think we should take Chaos, because I want to have our best chance to get Mom's box of trinkets, which I think requires us to kind of look for it right now. Please. I mean, Diplopia is also beautiful. Probably try to grab that. This run's actually popping now. But, you know, if you want to go to one of those schools, I mean, I had a friend, I still have a friend. He's a very nice gentleman. He went to New York University, which is prestigious, but he would admit me like a step below Ivy League schools. But he was like, yeah, I don't have a chance to get into the Ivy League schools because I got like an 84 in 9th grade biology or something like that. You know, we have kind of a different system here, and at least in the province where I grew up, it was like your 10th grade and 11th grade marks were what mattered the most, and then a little bit of 12th grade as well, which is the final year of high school, unless you choose to stay an extra year, which is fine as well. But so, you know, if you messed up as a freshman because you're 13 and in high school for the first time in your entire life, they were like, yeah, it's written off. Largely. This English teacher, my perception is that she's like torpedoing people for no reason. So, I don't think I want a Diplopia yet, and I still don't think I want a Diplopia. We'll save it for a later shop. If a student performs, like, I think most of you probably agree with me, but I'm sure there's somebody out there, and you're entitled to disagree with me. I taught for a year. She was maybe on the job for 60, right? I'm gonna just preface this by saying the real reason that you should be given that 10s out of 10s is because it's 9th grade English class. It's not, you know, you're not a surgeon at Mount Sinai Medical University or something, you know? If they perform the tasks up to the rubric that you provided them and they checked all the boxes, they get a 10. People get perfect scores in real life all the time. It happens. You know what happens? They get a list of expectations, they perform the expectations as directed, and then they get a perfect score. That's my perspective on the issue. You might say, well, like, where's the motivation? Now, we're gonna re-roll this, obviously. And our luck is great, but I'm still... We probably should have... No, you shouldn't have re-rolled that. So I'm getting to my own butt here about this whole... This crusade against this teacher. I understand that one of the counter-arguments might be like, well, if they think they're perfect, they're gonna be complacent. I actually feel like it's kind of the opposite. If I was a student in a class and I was like, no matter how hard I work, the best I can do is 1 mark off of perfect, Well, it turns out the prayer card didn't matter too much, I guess. Although we would still have 1 extra HP on top of that, but let's just ignore that. No rerolls here. Sure, I think jumper cables is good, and I'll take a... yeah. There's options. Red candle we do not need. Okay. Justice. Might as well use justice. If I was like, no matter how hard I work, I'm guaranteed to be capped out at a 9, I would be upset. I would choose to work less diligently, I think, because what's the incentive? That's my perspective, at least. You may disagree. I just feel like that's a weird way to teach. Does she not give out zeros as well? I hope so. Because, you know, if nothing's perfect, then we have to admit nothing's without merit as well. So if, you know, you ask for an essay and I hand in a piece of paper with dog poop smeared on it, it's not without merit, is it? I mean, what does it say about the human condition that blah, 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 blah? I think we would like to have 2 incubuses. So, let's double. And we'll take this. And we will take this. And, I mean, we might as well at this point have 18 lives, because we, you know, with Goathead we got a pretty good chance. I think we just go down to the next floor, honestly. This puts us back on pace, potentially, for boss rush. Depths 1. But you can't fight that battle when you're a kid. You know, not even a kid, you know, when you're in high school. You can't fight that battle. You can't be the one who's, oh, excuse me, teacher. I know you've been doing the job since 1972, but, would you care to talk about your stance of not giving perfect grades? I would just want... It's many of you watch this. It's one of the most, you know... what's the word? I don't want to say it's a popular profession, because that kind of sends... It's not really the right word. You know, it's one of the jobs that the most people on Earth go into, is being a teacher. I hope that when you're a teacher, you'll give out perfect grades, if you're taking that career path in your life. I'm not saying you should give every kid a perfect grade. If something's trash, you gotta be able to fail them. But if it's 10 out of 10, you gotta give them that chance. My other piece of advice, as echoed by Dan Giesling, is that being a teacher is a little bit like being, you know, the warden of a jail, depending on the age of the students that you teach. You really gotta establish a precedent day 1, month 1, you know. You gotta walk in if one of the kids is gonna test you, you know. This is it's their social battleground of the player unknown variety. They gotta test the teacher. They wanna, you know, establish a certain degree of power over you. You test your limits and stuff like that. You have to, basically, as soon as a kid acts up in class for the first time ever, you're going to the principal's office. You want to make the toughest kid in class cry only when he breaks the rules, not just for your own amusement. And then you're good for the rest of your life. No one will ever mess with you in that class again, and you can actually get some good teaching done. Obviously, we're going to take Brimstone with 3 incubuses. I'm feeling pretty sweet about that. With 18 lives, I'm not too worried about giving up some spirit arts here to make this happen. Synth oil, also beautiful. Just got Leviathan. Maybe bread. I do want to drop this trinket. So it turns out, for all my belly aching about this run being, or starting badly, it's actually, like, amazing now. Not because of the clicker play. What do you think this is, The Last of Us? Great timing on the but... Yeah, this'll do. We're still looking... Well, we need many things to maximize our potential. To win, we don't need anything except to not die over the course of the rest of the episode. We need a spacebar item, and probably the shop is a decent opportunity to make that happen. We need... maybe a good card, because, like, this is a very boss rush doable situation. Teleport card is obviously always fine, but I wouldn't mind having, like, an emperor, not an emperor, a devil or an empress card or something like that, you know, something to take us to the next level. Or maybe we could even get blank card at some point, and then, you know, double up. Guillotine is a strange choice, but I will accept it for what it is, which is a mild DPS improvement that also is gonna cause me to not know where my hitbox is half the time. I don't think I had teachers like that. I did have some teachers that You know, the perfect teacher is the one that teaches well, but also manages to maintain a little bit of rapport with the kids, you know? I think that's easier to have happen when you're teaching kids who are older. You know, they're like almost adults. You can have real conversations with them. Like in grade 12, I took philosophy. My philosophy teacher, he had the luxury of a class that was consisting of, you know, 17 and 18-year-olds who wanted to willingly take philosophy. So it's not like he had many behavioral issues in the class. That allowed him to speak to us as adults. We learned a lot about philosophy that I have definitely since forgotten. And it was like, kind of like hanging out with a friend. That was good. The worst teacher is the one who's like your friend, but also not very good at what they're doing. I had another in grade 9 geography. I'll admit, not the most important class in high school. You know, learn the imports and exports of, I don't really know if we need brown nugget, but, you know, learn the imports and exports of all the Canadian provinces and territories. But in that class, tons of behavioral issues. And all we did, and it was pretty fun at the time, but a huge waste of time in hindsight. We watched Pearl Harbor for reasons unbeknownst. This is a geography class. We watched Dante's Peak. I'll give him some slack on that one. I guess technically if any class is going to talk about volcanoes, it would be kind of like a geography, pseudo-earth science sort of class. We watched Dumb and Dumber, and then after we watched Dumb and Dumber, we played Dumb and Dumber trivia. This is over the course, this class is like 4 months long. I learned almost nothing, and I watched 3 movies, 2 of which I've already seen. We could still make boss rush here. I don't think we should worry about making boss rush. I think we should just go hard on the potential to get Mom's box of trinkets. Keep in mind, starter deck is also a reroll because of restock. The Omega Penny. Chaos card, lovely. I mean, Emperor Chaos is also great, but I'm sorry, Omega Penny. It's just not the right run, okay? We still did not get it. One of these days, everything's gonna come together. But it's not today, apparently. But it's what I was gonna get at, besides giving you these anecdotes. We had another teacher. He's like renowned in our high school. Although I think that he has since retired. I sympathize with him, by the way, for what I'm about to say. The dude taught computers class and had done so since like 1981 or something like that. So you can imagine, you know, you're teaching high school computing in the year 1981. What do you do? You're putting, you know, punch cards into machines and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you know, we've got one computer for the whole school, so let's all, you know, line up and put our punch cards in this thing. And then by the end, or not by the end, but like when I had him in like 2002, is like, you know, here's how to go to Google Images and stuff like that. But the dude literally would open every class with like a 5-minute lecture, and he'd be like, hey, this is a hard drive. Here's where it is in the computer, and here's what it does. Then he would just say, now go look at information online about hard drives. So, and then he would leave the classroom for like half an hour. So the rest of us, you know, of course, you know, I would love to act like we were the most diligent students on earth. Not really true. Played a lot of Newgrounds Flash games. Still got like a decent mark in the class, but it's because the teacher, he just didn't care. He'd just show up and be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna retire soon anyway, so we're out. Do whatever you want. He also, and this makes me mad to this day, like, I've probably told this anecdote about 80 times, but it makes me mad to this day. So that computing class was the lowest mark I ever got in my entire high school career, and the reasoning for it was that despite, and you're gonna say this, when did you go to school, the 1930s? Not true, but I got a 70 in the class, and that's not bragging, that's the lowest mark I ever got, because that was the easiest class in history, but I got a 70, and the reason was, even though I typed like 110 words per minute, you've seen me play Tower Unite, I didn't use the home row. So when I had parent-teacher conferences, I had to go sit down in front of this like 70-year-old dude, and he was like basically admonishing me in front of my mom, is going like, well, yeah, he types really fast, but you know, he does it in his own unique way. Who cares? Is it you're reading like a typing textbook or something, dude? The home row does not matter. It's a means to an end. It's a method that works for a lot of people, but that doesn't necessarily. It's like, oh, we obviously want that. I don't want to make it sound like I'm being a little self-important here, but I probably will. Is imagine if you were in like gym class, and you scored 20 goals in every game that you played, but you did it wrong. You took off your shirt, you had like rippling six-pack abs. Your teacher is like, well, he doesn't use the form that the DSM-8 says you should use for sit-ups. Yo, if you got Zac Efron abs, you get a 90 in gym. That's just as long as you show up and do the work requested. It's an adherence to a method that's... And who's to go... I can't believe this. It still makes me mad to this day. That my computing class in high school was largely graded on typing ability in the year 2002. What a ridiculous that's like irrelevant. I think that's in a way why I am excited about programming now, is because I was like, oh, you can do these sort of things on a computer. In my high school, in 9th grade, they were just like, keep the nerds in the computer lab. Give them something to waste their time. Right, in another thing that I did in 9th grade computing class, it's all coming back to me now. I wrote a movie review. That was one of our assignments in computer class. You know why? Well, I mean, the proximate cause might have been that our teacher was lazy, but because he said it would show a proficiency in Microsoft Word. Yeah, I mean, if you ever you type on your keyboard and the words show up on the screen. I'm not saying that there's not a more, perhaps, like, rigorous workflow that you can do with Microsoft Word. Like, I ain't ever done a mail merge or anything like that. But, like, at the same time, what are you talking about? Write a movie review. That was our computing class. So anyway, all I'm saying is count your lucky stars if you're not dealing with that. Oh my god, NL, what are you doing? Ascending. That's what I'm doing. We're coming down here. We're strong. We got chaos. Let's get the job done. Curse of the Maze. All that being said, you can talk to Michael L. Fox about it. He'll admit our computer teacher was terrible, but we actually went to a school that, despite being like in the middle of nowhere, was pretty good. I had a lot of great teachers. I hope you guys get to experience that as well, or have experienced that as well. Why would you do... Hold up. You got restock. As much as I hate to say it, you gotta buy Broken Modem. There might be Mom's Box of Trinkets existing here. You gotta go all the way, dude. I do see a Pandora's box. We got one more play. 9 volt. So Pandora's box does nothing right now. Potato peeler does nothing. Onsus, we have Tarot Claws. We got 2 things out of it. We do have blank. What have I done? There was a Perthrow in there somewhere. That's good. A Perthrow is great right now. We did lose Guppy's head, but it's still good. Let's keep re-rolling, if possible, because we want to see if there could be Mom's Box of Trinkets. I'm a little scared of what's going on with this Yara rune right now. This room is going to become very unwieldy. We are getting infinite HP. Free up storage space! Every time, dude. Free up storage space? How long is this freaking Isaac episode? Can't be that long. Alright, there you go. Get destroyed and purged from my computer. See, look at that. Turns out that computer class wasn't all in waste, was it? I figured out how to clear my recycling bin. But I still don't type using the home row. Degas. Come on, you gotta give me one reroll out of this. No. Alright, well. So we got many get out of jail free cards. Do we want Omega Penny here? Like, what does it do for us? I think the answer is nothing. Emperor is great. Where's our Chaos card? Oh, no. Ah, okay, no, you got it. You got it. You got it. Gotta take that Chaos card out the front. I don't care about the Emperor card as much. The Chaos card is all that matters. Did I even check the item rooms? I did. What did I take? I don't even remember, dude. It's so... Oh, I took the Rosary, and I took... I do not recall. So the run is good. Like, getting Hive Mind is, of course, lovely here. We're going to just destroy Hush. Chaos. We should... probably take Omega Penny. Which is actually the Crooked Penny, but... And we'll, I don't know, get out of jail free? Perhaps provides us with some potential benefit. Let's go with, like, the more traditional route here. I don't know, it's a weird one. It's a fun run, though. Like, this one really came together. I'm very pleased by that. I think I'm gonna try a thought experiment here, and by thought, I mean begone. I don't even know what that means, let's be honest. 28-year-old married man. I don't know what a thought is. I know what it stands for, but I don't really know what it means. My experiment, by the way, is can we do this whole floor without firing one time? The answer is literally yes, because we could just let Succubus deal all the damage, but I think you understand what I mean. Did we come down here with enough spiders and flies to finish the job for us the old-fashioned way? And I just realized the whole experiment is completely invalid because we have Rotten Baby. So we'll just abandon that halfway through. And let's get this show on the road, dude. We're killing it. Like I said, we're killing it. Wait, does get out of jail free? It does not allow you to do the Mega Satan fight, right? I don't believe so. I always get, like, the effects of Mama Mega get out of jail free confused. And then don't even get me started on the freaking doorstop trinket. There we go. There we go! I think that this will be a strange synergy. Yeah, okay. All of our incubuses are worthless now. I think that this was actually like a pretty bad pickup. I was gonna say, yeah, just give us 12 mystery sacks. I hope you've had a fun time on today's episode, being illuminated to the anecdotes of my high school career, of which there were not that many, to be honest with you. I'm still, I wouldn't say mad, because you know, the dude was just doing his job. And I wish him no ill will, except for the fact that, you know, I had to sit through that meeting where he insulted me to my face, essentially. But I was also 13. I was figuring out my way in the world. Most of my other teachers, nothing but positive things to say. Excuse me, sir. Why is my rate of fire 100? It makes me so upset. I'm gonna pop a vein. Papa Vane would be a great name for a boss in like a cartoony Dark Souls style universe. He'd be a Vane that was also a dad. So he would be very well rounded. It's like Kratos. Why am I not doubling? Because it like... I don't know. You got a valid point. We'll double this one. Told you. And look at that. That's what you get. Now we get 2 pennies instead of 1. Well, I will say Dunce Cap turned out pretty well here. When it works, it works. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Enjoy your academic careers if they're still in progress, and I'll see you next time.